Crushing news for Sydney Collins of the Canadian women's national team. As we know, guys, this is somebody who really made a name for herself in those 2 games against Jamaica when Canada had to qualify for Paris. She ended up fracturing her right leg before the Gold Cup. We didn't see her in action there. Works hard to return, gets into that behind closed doors game against Nigeria, her first game back, fractures her left leg. So Gabby Carl, who was an alternate, has now been named to the team. What does the loss of Sydney Collins do for Bev Priestman in Canada, Ollie?
Yeah, firstly, this is just obviously brutal to suffer a second leg break in the same year. So we wish her all the best in her recovery, and hopefully we'll see Collins playing for Canada sooner rather than later. But I actually don't think this changes much for Canada going into this tournament, because to be honest with you, I didn't think Collins was going to make the squad. And even after they put her on the roster, the 18-player roster, when she didn't appear against Australia, I just didn't see how it was going to be possible that you would take a player who's coming off a broken leg, who has played no football, no competitive football, to an Olympic Games. And so I kind of, obviously I didn't expect her to break her leg again, but I didn't expect her to make the roster. And I thought they would bring in Gabby Carl as a replacement player before the tournament started. So I think that may have already been a possibility anyway. Carl deserves it. She's played well for Canada at left wing back. I think Collins has been their best player in that position, but Carl has stepped up in her absence and done well. And it's a position and a team she's been playing in pretty regularly at the Gold Cup, the She Believes Cup, over the past few months. So obviously, in bad circumstances, a great opportunity for her to go to a major tournament. She's missed out narrowly on a couple. The surprise for me was that, as Jordan mentioned last night, Desiree Scott is the alternate and not Olivia Smith, who remains on the outside looking in. So that was a bit of a shock. But Carl being called up to the main roster, not so much for me.
Yeah. I just, when I heard that it was like the other leg fractured, I just went, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It is absolutely, it is really, really horrible.
Last night, that's only something that you hear in like mafia hit jobs. Someone comes around with a bat and breaks both of your, like, it's crazy bad luck for her. So we wish her all the best. I mean, I actually think that in a way, the way that Ollie explained, I think it was really well done, because I think it leaves Bev Priestman with less questions heading into the tournament. You're just like, how much would you have been able to play Collins? The fact that she hasn't played, it just, sometimes when you name these players originally to the squad and have backups in your back pocket, it allowed you that out. It's just the way that it transpired was entirely unpredictable.
Although the question moving ahead, as you know, depending on how the tournament goes, guys, is we are going to ask, why Desiree Scott over Olivia Smith, who, by the way, did so well in Portugal. She's now signed with Liverpool. I mean, this is somebody on the pro side of the game who's up and up and up. And how did she not even,
maybe that's why. Alternate? Maybe because she's moving club, moving her life. If you're just going to go as an I don't know. I don't know.
You go to the
Scott's
Olympics,
good vibes.
baby.
I don't know. Like there's this whole idea of like good vibes, right? Like, bring in a well-liked person that's been there before, and that leadership, off the field, they're not expecting to play. They're there to like set the tone, set the atmosphere. So I kind of get it from that perspective.
Yeah. Amy Walsh, when we had her on, she talked about that. The alternates, it's also so key in choosing them, because to your point, in some ways they're separate from the team, but they're still being relied upon to train with the team and have a good attitude. I don't know, right? Like, it's all either way. I'm just saying, I'm already going to be asking those questions post-Olympics. That's all I'm saying. I'm warning everybody here. I'm not like Ollie, who sneaks up on you as the Grim Reaper and says somebody's going to get fired. I'm already telling you I'm going to talk about it.
Bad.
All right, let's get now to our Tony Bet top picks. You alluded to it, Wheels. This is my last show for a long time because I am getting set to do the Olympics, and it all begins with the women's soccer team. So even though the opening ceremony is on July 26th, the women actually begin their competition on July 25th. They will be taking on New Zealand. Canada are minus 400 favorites. So what's your play in this one, Wheels?
First of all, to Andy Petrillo, we are immensely proud of you, and you're going to do a phenomenal job on the Olympic coverage. You're a wonderful person and a wonderful broadcaster, and that's why wonderful things happen to you. So well done. We'll be watching, and we'll miss you on this show. At least I will. I'm not sure about Ollie, but I definitely will miss
Ollie,
you.
I don't think likes me.
I do like Jenkins, so
I know. Fine. Whatever.
My play in Canada, New Zealand, I'm looking at the under 2.5 goals to be scored in this game. I'm going to stay away from the result. Canada are under 2.5 in 6 of their last 8. New Zealand are under 2.5 in 5 of their last 7. Head to head when these two teams play, under 2.5 in 4 of 5. It's the first game in the tournament. And based on 3 teams qualifying from every group, just don't lose, right? Like keep it tight. Don't lose. Under is the play. I can't believe you can get it at plus 106 on Tony Bet. Under 2.5, lock it in.
How you feeling, Ollie?
I'm getting into the pre-Olympic spirit. I'm feeling a buzz. I'm feeling bullish about Canada's chances. So give me something like Canada -1. I think they're going to win by multiple goals here and get off to a hot start in this
They're a
group.
huge favorite.
Let's
Minus
go.
400.
I'm taking it.
All right, a minute to go here. Let's end it off then a little juicy here. Where's the best value? Where's your pick to win the women's soccer gold medal, Wheels?
I think Spain is going to win it. Like teams like France, just a little bit long in the tooth. Spain, their best players are there and they're in their prime. Plus 200, I'd still make that bet. But if you're looking at value, I wonder if Ollie's thinking this way as well. Plus 1398 with Japan. That would be my play.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I always like Japan. Like sometimes they don't produce in tournaments and as much as I would like, and sometimes they go out and win the thing. But at that price, I'd be tempted to take a flyer on them.
Okay, yeah, Japan seems like that one that we just forget, but yet in the not so distant past, world champion. So
Yeah.
we'll see what they can do here at the Olympics. Very exciting times, gentlemen. Great stuff. I will miss you, Ollie.
We'll miss you.
Wow.
Bye, guys.